Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tati, and I am back with another recap of the week of professional wrestling. There's been a lot this week. Besides AEW and WWE, we also had MLW Fightland, which was on Vice right after Dark Side of the Ring, and we also had GCW Fight Club, which was on Fight TV, and it was like 1999 to check out the pay per view. And you guys, I watched them so I can be able to talk to you guys about it. It was pretty interesting. First of all, let me just start with WWE real quick. Nothing crazy happened this week. Crown Jewel is like what 2 weeks away, and I feel like the build up for this um is not moving quick enough, and it's kind of crazy because we're just coming from a pay per view, and with these pay per views being so close to each other, it's so difficult to just really have a strong build up between pay per views. Like 4 or 3 weeks, maybe even 5 weeks in between pay per views, is just not enough to be able to have new things going on. And the last thing I want to see is just rematches from prior pay per view. And I just feel like there needs to be some kind of creative change, like for real. Like with these pay per views being so close, it's just not enough time to build something that people will be truly invested in. So with Raw, what I thought was most important to talk about was Big E and Drew McIntyre. They're going to be having a match at Crown Jewel. So right now, both of these guys are, or baby faces and whatnot. And I'm just hoping that before Crown Jewel, one of these two have a shift in character. I wouldn't mind seeing Drew become a heel in this, but also I prefer for Big E to have some kind of character change. Like I want him to be like more of a dominant type of champion. Um, like he's like a cool, lovable guy, and it's like we need a little bit of change. He has that look where we can like change some things about him so he can be much more credible. I guess I don't know if that's even the right word that I am looking for, but he definitely needs some changes. New Day is not going to be on the same show with him. And the further away that they are right now, while he has this title, the better. If WWE really wants to make any changes with him, so they end up having this tag team match. Biggie and Drew were partners against Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, and you know the thing with this is that um, Ziggler is coming out talking about he made Big E to where he is right now, and also Drew McIntyre as well. Um, as far as Big E goes, I mean that does, like, he has a little bit of a point, but that was like so many years ago, so I'm not really sure how credible that comment is at the moment. But he made some points, and they end up having a match, and it was all right for what it was. Um, but what we're really looking at here is Drew McIntyre and Big E, and I like to see where they're going with that. Um, by the time Crown Jewel just come in about 2 weeks. Other than that, who else? Goldberg came, and him and Bobby Lashley was just back and forth while Goldberg was in the ring, and Bobby. Um, they're just going back and forth at it, and nothing too crazy, whatnot. But the Hurt Business did decide to come and attack Goldberg from behind, and he just took them out like it was just the trash on Sunday night. And I I, I really do want to see where they go with this match between Goldberg and Bobby. I do think it would be a pretty good match, and I don't know if this is going to be the best of the night, but so far their build up is going okay towards the pay per view. Nothing too crazy. Other than that, they had the rest of the draft going on. I can't even really remember who went where, but unfortunately, it's just like difficult to really get the audience attention because it just seems like everything in the show is like something like filler material where it's like it's not all that. Um, there should be much more going on. So let me just move on to SmackDown just to get it out of the way. I think what's most important from SmackDown was Edge challenging Seth Rollins to um, a Hell in a Cell match. That's pretty interesting. I would love to see these two go at it. Like when Edge says that this is the type of match that he would like to have, like Rollins just looks so surprised or something. Like, dude, you just went to his house last week and putting your crusty feet on his table and everything and going through his fridge and going around his house and everything, and you expect for him to just say what? Like, obviously he was going to come up with some type of match that was um, fitting for how he felt about Rollins, and Hell in a Cell will definitely um, be the right thing. I'm looking forward to seeing these two go against each other. um, right now, they're pretty entertaining. I mean, Edge has always been pretty entertaining, and I like Seth Rollins. So, at the moment, they got my attention for sure, and I'm definitely looking forward to this match. They do have the King of the Ring quarterfinals that went on. And what's the other one with the queens? I cannot remember that, but it's basically Queen of the Ring tournament as well. So this one right here, I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to win and be on Crown Jewels. Um, definitely know that Sami Zayn not going to be there for sure. Because of like political reasons with the Syrians and the Saudis. So definitely know like him even being in the tournament um, wasn't even needed at all. Other than that, Roman Reigns, I have to say, as much as I really don't care for him, he's doing a really great job right now, and he's entertaining. The whole bloodline thing is just really entertaining, and you guys already know, like anything, well, almost anything that Paul Heyman is involved in is normally gold. Like he is really um, helping this whole thing work. Like, especially now with Brock Lesnar being involved with Roman Reigns, and they're gonna have a match. Like, you know, everything that he does just works, and I'm pretty sure he's giving Roman and the Usos some advice, off camera and whatnot to make it work. He's been in the business for so long. Anything that he has to say or does is extremely valuable in the wrestling business, and I love where it's going. I can't wait to see the match. I mean, these two, I'm not really sure what to look forward to. I kind of want to see Brock win. If he's going to be active, I wouldn't mind that. But if he's only going to be around just for, a couple of times during his title reign, it kind of really don't make sense. And just let Roman have it, and he could just continue his reign. What is he on, like day 400 and change? So he's doing pretty well, and he's actually entertaining. I don't really care for him so much, but he's doing really well, and I don't mind him being champion if he does win at Crown Jewel. So far, I'm not sure how many matches they got for Crown Jewel, but like I said, the build up for it is kind of slow. Yeah, it is slow, and like I said, coming off that pay per view about what 2 weeks ago just makes it, I don't know, just not as fast as it should be going. So moving on to Dynamite. Dynamite, this was the second anniversary of Dynamite, and congrats to AEW because they are killing it right now. One of the things that makes them a little more interesting right now is the fact that they have these young cats that we haven't seen too much of, and then we have these veterans that's been around for quite some time, some of the best in the ring, and y'all can call them whatever y'all want, WWE leftovers or whatever. They're entitled to go to wherever the fuck they want to go to once things are not working with WWE. And you know what? There's other options other than WWE. I know most of us grew up watching WWE, and you know, the dream is to go there. But when things are not working out well, and you have another promotion out there that seems to be going on the right track, like why not go over there? Like right now, I'm just really enjoying these type of matchups on the show, and you know, they're doing pretty well. They're winning me over. To be completely honest with you, I have yet to fall asleep during any of AEW shows. I just feel like there's so much more wrestling going on, and that's really what I want to see. And like WWE, they're I just don't know. They're just not giving it to us the way we want to see it, especially when you're seeing the same ones go against each other pretty often. It's just not as entertaining um, as it should be. We start off the night with the Elite versus Jurassic Express, Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry, Bryan Danielson and Christian Cage, and this was an amazing way to start off the show. There was a moment that wasn't too great. I guess they were trying to give Luchasaurus a power bomb, and it ended up horribly. I basically Kenny couldn't hold him, and I thought um, the Young Bucks was just trying to help him hold him and kind of do the power bomb together. But they let go, and he just could not hold on to Luchasaurus' weight, and they both just fall down to the mat, and Kenny's just like like the way he kind of he don't play it off. He acknowledges that they obviously fucked up, but like in an entertaining way. But even though that happened, the match was still great. And you know what? Like it was a amazing way to open the show, especially for their 2 year anniversary. Um, After that, we also have Sammy Guevara versus Bobby Fish. Um, hmm. This was another good match as well. Uh, I don't know. Like, I really wish Miro did not have to drop the title, but hey, you know what? I'm liking Sammy. I like his um I like his style, but still wish Miro had it. This was for the TNT Championship, and obviously with Bobby Fish like literally having his first match on AEW, he did not win, and then they announced it later that he signed with AEW. This was another great match this week. Darby Allin. Okay, so Darby Allin versus Nick Komoroto, like most of the match happened during the commercial break, so it wasn't really giving me what I wanted. You know, like that kind of sucks. Where the during the commercial, most of the stuff is happening, and you come back and it's like within like not even that long, not definitely under a minute or so. Allen does hit a coffin drop on Nick and ends up winning the match. Did not want to see it go like this because I really do like Darby, and I can't find it entertaining where you miss basically most of what's going on. Like even though during the commercials they do show you what's going on, you still feel like you missed something. So it's kind of like weird for you to come back and then, you know, much of the matches already went on. Besides that, the show was actually pretty good. Did enjoy the matches, especially the casino ladder match. This match, actually, there was the return of Hangman Page, who had the Joker card, and this was a very entertaining match. Like everybody was pretty much on point. I did enjoy this match, man. Even Matt Hardy was like, I mean, what else? Like, what else is expected? I wasn't really sure who was gonna win this before Hangman came out. Once he came out, I was like, okay, this is probably where they're going for. A lot of people are saying that they shouldn't do that, like especially when someone just returned or someone just debuted, like they shouldn't focus on giving them the win. Um, Sometimes I can agree with that, but like I do feel like he was a good choice to actually win this match. Um, so I'm curious to see where this is going. People do want to see Hangman um, you know, they want to see him return, and I believe this is for what, to go against Kenny Omega. So to see these two go against each other, like I'm totally down to see that. Still want to see Brian versus Omega first before that does happen. And if anything, I'm pretty sure they'll get back to it if it doesn't happen first. This was a pretty good show. You want to see some wrestling? Dynamite this week definitely delivered on that. Very good show. Also, Dark Side of the Ring talked about Johnny K9. I did review that on my channel earlier this week. Very good show. Like, a lot of times people, when they don't know who the particular person or topic is on the show, they tend to shy away from watching or whatnot. Like, you can learn so much, and this is one of their most entertaining episodes because it wasn't just about what was going on in the ring, but what was going on outside of the ring that made it so entertaining. So check this episode out. It's pretty good. Okay, now, so moving along, let me talk about Rampage real quick before I do move on to MLW and GCW. So let's see. We did start off the night with CM Punk versus Daniel Garcia. This was good. I don't have much to complain about. CM Punk did seem pretty comfortable here in the ring. It was a pretty good matchup against these two. Didn't have anything really to complain about with this match, and it was a great way to start off the show. And I cannot stress it enough. They need to make this live, and possibly, if they can, 2 hours. Most likely 2 hours, because if it's live, like, who wants to just stay in the arena for just an hour watching matches when you can definitely bump it up to another hour? But as I stated before, I think that's something they're going to go with in the future. CM Punk does actually win this match, of course. Lucha Brothers versus the Acclaimed for the tag titles. We already knew they wasn't going to drop the titles yet. So they do end up picking the wins for this match as well. So it was okay. Not too long of a match. Like I said, it's just only an hour show. So it was what it was. Besides that, I know I'm missing one of the women's matches on this, but I just kind of want to just jump straight into Ricky Starks versus Brian Cage for the FTW title, and this is supposed to be a Philly street fight. It was okay. They didn't give me exactly what I wanted as far as a Philly street fight goes. You already know Taz on commentary talking shit or whatnot, but hey, I think the match was entertaining. It just didn't go above and beyond that I was kind of hoping and kind of expecting. But the match was pretty good, and I don't want to complain about this at all. So let's just move on to MLW Fightland. That actually aired on Vice after Dark Side of the Ring, and it was only for an hour. And I was kind of disappointed with that because they actually had a stacked card for this show. So for them to kind of short us with the amount of matches that they actually aired, they only aired 2 matches, and there was like a whole bunch of shit going on with the show. Now, let me tell you what really disappointed me. So they're aired right after Dark Side of the Ring. So a lot of wrestling fans are what stuck around for the show and whatnot. And a lot of people probably never seen MLW, and some people probably have. And this was an opportunity for them to put themselves over 100%. And then they do this bullshit that just kind of made me feel like, what the fuck? Like, in the middle of the show, they had like kind of like this halftime thing going on where they're supposed to be talking about wrestling and stuff like that. And it just infuriated me. Like, I was just so upset that they didn't put themselves over. So, like, during this little halftime that they have for like 6, 7, 8 minutes, they're talking about WWE this, and AEW that, things that just didn't have anything to do with MLW. And that was like so disappointing to me because that's the time where you could have been putting yourself over with this newer crowd where you can, showcase who you guys have on your roster, talk about what's going on between, um, you know, everyone that's on MLW. Should even talk about what you guys weren't going to air because they knew it was going to be cut down to an hour. And they could have maybe had like a highlight package showing what happened throughout the night. And instead, they did not do that. And I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity for y'all to just waste your time talking about other people. And you guys, Dave Meltzer was there. Um, so I mean, I don't know. That was just a little bit odd and strange to me, about why they would even do something like that. Honestly, I watched it live, then I watched it again. The MLW World Middleweight Championship. I did see the spoiler on that, and Tajiri ends up winning that. So the champion in this match was Myron Reed. So this was like a fatal four way with those two versus Ariz and Aramis. I think that's his name. I can't really remember how to pronounce his name. But there was very interesting moments in the match, and then there was some moments where it's like you guys are just doing too much, and this is an issue that I think has been going around, especially with like high flyers or whatnot, where they just want to throw out all the tricks in the bag and into one match, and I think that is just too much. Like you guys need to be at a certain pace, and everyone's just trying to outdo everyone, and it just kind of gets in the way with the quality of the match. So I did not thoroughly enjoy this match, to be honest with you. There was a lot of good moments, but I just felt like so much of it was a rush. Myron Reed, that was my first time seeing him in the ring, and he did not impress me in this match, to be honest with you. So Tajiri ended up taking this one in the bag. I already mentioned about their little halftime show that they did. That was just like so unnecessary. And their main event they aired, which was for the what's the name of their title? So it was Jacob Fatu versus Alex Hammerstone. I have seen these two in the ring, so I was really interested to see how these two were going to fare up in the ring. And honestly, I did enjoy the match. It was okay with me. So this was for the heavyweight championship, and Jacob ended up dropping this title to Alex. And I do feel like this was the most entertaining part of the show. It was just for 1 hour, so I feel like we didn't get as much as we really could have gotten after knowing how much matches was on this card to begin with. So they gave us what we could, and I think that they should have just highlighted whatever happened throughout this show instead of just giving us just these two matches, or at least go another 2 hours. So you guys, I checked out GCW Fight Club, and I was thoroughly surprised because there was only one death match in this. So I was excited about this. I was excited to see Thunder Rosa being the seventh person added to the scramble match that they had. So she was the only female in this match. I totally do support intergender matches. Two consenting adults who are having a professional match. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. And I think she looked really, really well in this match. But she did not end up winning this match though. But it was honestly, it was not so bad. Let's see, Leo Rush. They did announce that he was going to be on the show earlier this week, and he actually was in the first match against Alex Zane and Ninja Mac, and Alex did end up taking the win on this one. So the next match was Chris Dickinson and Starboard Charlie versus Joey Janela and Marco Stunt, and yeah, this match wasn't the best. It wasn't, but yeah, it was good to see Joey Janela in the ring. It was okay. Yeah, it was okay. the next match was actually Jordan Oliver and Atticus Cogar, and honestly, I like Jordan. I do want to see more of him. Atticus, I like his look. So I don't mind seeing these two in the ring again. We also had Matt Cardona, which was Zack Ryder versus Effie, and I really do love the inclusion of gay wrestlers, and nobody seems to really give a fuck. So I like that. Um, However, I think before the match, he was like, "Fuck McFoley." Matt Cardona said that, and I was like, "Whoa, that just came out of nowhere." So this match was for the Internet Championship versus GCW Career. Matt Cardona did end up taking this win thanks to the help of Chelsea Green, who was in the audience with a mask on, so no one had ever suspected her being there to begin with, and she actually helped him win the title back. And yeah, this match was actually not so bad. I like Effie, and I would like to see some more from him. I did talk about the Thunder Rosa being part of the scramble match, and that was the match was okay. Um, let's see. Oh, a match that I did enjoy though was Shane Mercer versus Yoya. I kind of liked that match. It was pretty good. Like I was surprised a lot. There's a lot of great wrestlers on this, and I think that would have made things a little bit better is if the crowd wasn't so close. Like it was so close where I you can almost see like they're just really trying to to be careful with really trying to be careful with not hurting anybody because everybody was sitting close. I know they were trying to get as much people as they can inside the arena to watch the match and stuff, but I just think that everybody was a little bit too close. There was quite a bit of botches. The same could be said on any promotion actually, but I do think that they did a very good job really trying to give their best for this pay per view. I probably would not want to pay $19.99 for it, but it was actually okay. Now, moving on to the death match for the GCW World Championship. John Moxley versus Nick Gage, which is what everybody was waiting for. I have to say, like, the fans, they are really dedicated. Like, they love this shit. Like, I love to feel that energy where the crowd is just showing how much they love and support something. And I don't know if I would sit through death matches at an arena or whatnot, but the crowd energy was something I definitely really, really enjoy because you can tell they just really wanted to be there and they enjoyed the show thoroughly. And you guys, this match was so difficult for me to watch. The pizza cutter shit was a bit much. Like Nick Gage putting the pizza cutter inside of John Moxley's mouth. That kind of just got to me. I was like, holy shit, I'm out of here. I did step away for a little bit and got back in there. I mean, they had like glasses for like shower doors in there. I know they're definitely shower doors. The barbed wires, they had it all. And honestly, it was tough for me to watch. The way the match ended, I kind of did not I believe, if I remember correctly, was they had two chairs with a glass laying on top of the chairs, and I guess John Moxley was doing maybe a suplex um, onto the glass, and to be honest, it was pretty much just Moxley hitting that glass by himself. Like I don't think Nick touched it at all, and yet Moxley just goes for the pin and he ends up winning. And I was like, that's probably how they planned for this to go, but I don't think that it executed that well on camera because you can clearly see that Nick didn't touch the glass. Like I don't think not even the tip of his head, if anything. So Mox ends up winning this, and oh, I forgot to mention, we got an F bomb from Mick Foley. Yes, Mick Foley said "fuck you" to Matt Cardona, and I just thought that was just so crazy. That took me by surprise. To be honest, I was really surprised that I made it through the show, and I did like it. They do have something coming up in another 2 weeks, and I'm not sure if it's something that's going to be broadcast to watch, but I'll definitely check it out. There's a few people on this roster that I would definitely like to see again. Death matches are definitely not for me, and I confirmed it with this show. Guys, thank you so much for listening to my little review of wrestling this week, and I will be back on Thursday with another review of Dark Side of the Ring. And this week, I'll be covering Luna Vasan. See ya.